This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
This is Faith Under Fire. We take you straight to the voices on the front lines of religious battlegrounds. I'm news anchor Sarah Harnish, and with me today, special counsel at the Thomas More Society, attorney Thomas Breth. We're talking religious equality in sports. You already had a win in the court system on parochial schools. Those are faith-based schools in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Those students are now allowed to play sports on public school teams. Then you took it to the PIAA, which is the governing body for the entire state's public school sports system. That's like David and Goliath. Can you tell me what happened?
Absolutely, Sarah. The PIAA has conceded and amended their bylaws, and for the first time they are recognizing that students that attend faith-based educational institutions are entitled to participate in their home school district's athletic programs, the PIAA-governed athletic programs, if those programs aren't available at their faith-based school. So we've had calls from across the Commonwealth from parents, and their sons and daughters are now able to participate. We couldn't be more excited about it.
Why is this case such a big deal?
Well, I've often wondered throughout my career why there's such a resistance in public education, why they feel that these students have to be shunned and not accepted into even a portion of the public educational system. It's really a systemic discrimination that I think has been going on for generations and generations in our country. In my mind and the mind of our clients, it was time to bring that to an end. They've struggled for years to try to work with these school districts to get them to voluntarily agree to let these parochial school students participate. And every time they felt that they were getting close to making that happen, they would be told no. It's unfortunate you have to litigate things. We're always hesitant to start into litigation unless we absolutely need to. With the PIAA in particular, we gave them an opportunity to avoid litigation. We made our request very clear. We politely indicated to them if they continued their discriminatory practice that we'd have no choice but to litigate the issue. And unfortunately, that's the scenario they put us in, and we followed through with what we told them we would do. And I just think that it's the impact of this case across the Commonwealth is going to be beneficial to so many students and their families. It eliminates the necessity to make the choice between continuing your faith-based education and being excluded from these activities, or keeping your faith-based education in place and having an opportunity to pursue these extracurricular, co-curricular activities like every other student.
How can parents get their kids into a program? What are the new rules?
The new rules are they need to make sure that the program isn't offered at their faith-based school, which is a pretty easy step to take. They need to reach out to their home school district, contact their athletic director or their high school principal, or if it's a middle school, the middle school principal. Submit the request to say, we live in the district, we're residents of the school district, my child's eligible to enroll in the school district, but we've chosen to have them enroll in a faith-based school. They do not offer this activity at the school. We would like the right to participate. It's a relatively simple, straightforward process. It would be no different than if a student transferred from another public school district into that public school district and said, I'd like to play girls lacrosse or girls softball or football or basketball. It's really just to give the notification, and the process should take a day or two, and that student should be participating in that program.
These are two huge wins in the state of Pennsylvania. It impacts thousands and thousands of kids, first in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and then now any kid that falls under the rules of the PIAA. If you weren't bringing these court cases to light, these kids wouldn't have that opportunity, Thomas.
The credit really goes to the parents and the students that have stepped up and really pushed to say, listen, this is wrong. You're discriminating against us based upon our religious beliefs and our desire to foster and promote those religious beliefs. The initial clients of mine that came out of the State College area that really said, enough is enough. We're willing to put our names on complaints. We're willing to stand up and expose ourselves to criticism, to expose our family to scrutiny, to expose our faith to scrutiny, which was questioned in the litigation. the sincerity of their religious beliefs. So all of this, those are the folks that really deserve the credit. The plaintiffs that joined in and went through that difficult process, they're the ones that I'm so happy for and so proud of.
And it's impacted thousands of kids now across the state because of their bravery. I feel like there has been a shift in the court system in favor of faith. Christians are winning cases left and right, even at the U.S. Supreme Court. What's going on?
I agree. I think it's even outside the scope of the legal arena. I just think there's renewed confidence in people of faith to talk about their faith, to encourage others to pursue and seek out God. We're seeing that the U.S. Supreme Court, obviously in recent years, has been very positive and has changed much of the archaic case law that previous Supreme Court cases and state court cases have laid the foundation for this type of discrimination. The current Supreme Court and the Supreme Court in the last 10 years has really set a new standard for protecting the First Amendment rights as they relate to religious expression, association, things of that nature. So I really do feel that there is a changing point. Roe v. Wade being reversed is obviously the one that so many generations have thought, at least for myself, thought, I can't imagine the day that that's reversed. With that being reversed, I think it's really given a lot of people hope that some of these improper court rulings and rulings that have supported discrimination against those that want to pursue their faith, that they're getting stripped away and religious rights in the United States are being reinstated.
Learn more at thomasmoresociety.org.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.